Good morning. Well, yesterday I did the task of getting my plastic over all of my hoops and getting it battened down the hatches, and it started raining on me while I was doing it, and as soon as I got done and came in, it hailed like crazy. Last night our temperature got down to 36, 35 perhaps, and it's still that way. I would show you my hoops, but it's still dark out. It's Sunday morning early. Well, it's not that early. It's like 6:45. So it's depends on your definition of early. I've been up since 4:30. Anyway, I might add to this and show them to you. Oh, hey, it's several days later. I started this video and then I didn't finish it. So I believe I started this on Sunday. Today is Wednesday. Anyway, what I wanted to show you is the work that I need to do at this point. I have apples there, and apples, a whole sack full there, that I need to process in some manner or another. I have a basket there of green tomatoes, all layered up in papers, and little squash pumpkins here. And I finally broke down this. These aren't the ones I wanted to get. Whoops, I'm not showing you. But these are the ones that were handy to get. Pickle pipes. And I made a jar of sauerkraut and put one of them on. There's still some in here. What they do is, let me show you. That goes on top of a mason jar. And then you tighten down the ring around the jar. And that helps you to ferment whatever it is you're fermenting. So let me take you outside and show you what I did out there. Okay, so I'm out on the porch. Today is actually a beautiful day. It got down to 26 last night. So I'm glad that I took care of this. This was my tall fennel plant. I cut it down and I need to collect some seeds there. But I've got 2 tents. And let me go out so you can see them a little better. That's partly in the shade. Okay, so here I have one of the tents. And I made them higher than I did last year. Last year's tents were double. They were small, so they had 2 layers of plastic. Parts of it have 2 layers, parts of it just 1. Because they were bigger, I didn't have as much plastic. I mean, it didn't go as far. But most of the things that were in pots got put inside. As you can see, I pulled out all the tomatoes. And in that plot right there, I cleaned it all up, added some more soil, planted my garlics. And here we have the other tent. I can open up, if it gets too hot, I can open up the ends here and let some air get in there. It feels pretty warm today, but I think it's like around 50. So a couple days from now, it's supposed to get like low 70s, so I will probably open one end of each of the tents. And I notice over on one end of this other one is a little bit of a slit, so that's why I've got that one thing leaned up against it so that it won't plop open. Over there, I'm not going to walk over there to show you, but all of my cucumbers and stuff, the cold nights just did them in. The grapes are starting to die back. And I planted a few garlics over there too. I picked the big things of rhubarb, left the small ones. I always leave the small ones. And my rhubarb that was in a container I brought over here, hopefully up next to the house like this, it will be protected enough. And I haven't decided exactly where I'm going to actually plant it out, because this ground right here is kind of firm, but I might work it up next spring and see what happens. Hopefully that winter's over. We'll see. Oh, and I have a sweetheart under there. Can you see her? There she is. What a sweetie. Over here, what I wanted to show you is all of these rose hips. I'll let them go through a couple more frosts, and then I'll come out and pluck them. And I think I kind of experimented with it last year, and I think I know how to process them a little better this time. But there's lots of them here. Lots of vitamin C coming up. Okay, of all the pampas grasses I grew last year, or I bought 3 of them last spring, this one is doing quite nicely. I hope it survives our winter. And then this one is fairly obviously dead. The third one just plumb totally disappeared. Last thing I wanted to show you was over here. Something got in there and ate the kales, but those peas are looking really good, and the carrots are looking really good. But I took this other drawer and set it on top, since I don't have another plastic, to kind of help protect the carrots during the winter. They'll still get air. Hopefully that's enough protection. If not, so be it. This gardening thing is all an experiment anyway. Something's been trumping around in the dirt in this little plot, you can see. My corn never provided me with any corn. That one is the tallest. Now, I don't know if I'll try corn again next year or not. We'll see. Maybe in a different spot. Well, it looks like I may still have more apples than the ones in the house that I showed you already. There's quite a few of them there. Wow, lots of them there. And quite obviously, I'm shared with the worms. That's because we haven't sprayed the trees with anything. I sprayed one little part, but I didn't follow up. Anyway, there's my other girl. And gosh, hopefully in the background you can't hear the neighbor. He has such a loud voice. Very nice people, but he has a loud voice. Sweet kitty. So that's my video for today. I'm not sure if I'll work on the apples today. They're going to be fine if I wait until tomorrow or the next day. I think tomorrow we're going to go out hunting. It's hunting season. We've got our tags. We haven't been out yet. We're fair weather hunters. And it is fair weather today. We were going to go out today, but I got a phone call yesterday reminding me that I had a teeth cleaning this morning. So I opted to go to the dentist office instead, which I'm glad I did, because my mouth's been bothering me on this side, and found out from the dentist that he suspects there might be a little TMJ in there or some things. He gave a big medical name. I don't remember what it was, but where the muscles, he says, it's likely that I chomp down on I don't grind. There's no evidence of grinding, but just keep it tight at night so that the muscle in there doesn't get a chance to relax, and it causes everything to hurt. And so that's what's going on there. And he's told me to eat softish foods for a while, see if that helps to for the muscles in there to relax, that I need to not be crunching on things that are solid. Like this morning, I had an apple for breakfast. It's like, I could cook the apple, I can eat it that way, but not raw for a while, to see if that helps to relax my jaw. So that's what's going on with me. And you saw what's going on outside. And, oh, I should have, oh, here, I've got one more thing I want to show you. Okay, I need to show you my plant room. My husband built all these wonderful shelves, and my lights are not, well, they're not installed yet, but these shelves on the windows are just for plants. So some of the outdoor plants, like my eggplant, I don't know if it will do any good or not, but I brought them in because even though I planted them clear back in March, April, they didn't have a chance to bloom and make eggplants yet. And hopefully they will. Let's see, I think there's a little, I think I've got a little tomato in here somewhere. Yeah, there it is. A little tomato right there. And if they make more blooms, which I see there might be getting ready to do there, I'll have to hand pollinate. Got some mint in here, and my microgreens, which is all that's left of them right there. And so this is my little indoor garden. So that's all that's going on with me here. I'm glad to be able to share with you. I'm thinking I need to set up an exact schedule. I probably won't, but I should, of when I'm going to make videos. I tend to make a video on Sundays, and I know for a while there I was making them every day. There's just not stuff to talk about every day. I would do some how-tos when I'm canning and preserving and doing things with my vegetables and apples, but I don't have the right video set up to be able to do that. So, and there's plenty of ones on YouTube that you can watch if you need to know how to do something. So all I will do is tell you that I did it. And if you're a Toastmaster, you've probably caught all of my filler words. The word so used to be my go-to filler word. Now it's the word anyway, and I caught myself saying it at least once here. I'm pretty good with ums and ahs and ers and those kind of sounds that as a Toastmaster we're encouraged not to use. But I still have my filler words like anyway. Well, so those are filler words because they're not necessary. I just need to get to the point and say what I'm going to say. Another filler phrase is, I would like to. I would like to go back and show you my room. Well, just do it. And I just did it. So I would like to is not something I need to say. And I catch myself saying it sometimes. Or I'm going to. Instead of saying I'm going to, just do it. That's one of the things that we learn in Toastmasters, and I really didn't start this with giving a plug on why you should be a Toastmaster, but it's part of my life, so it comes out and I talk about it. It's really hard when I listen to other speakers. I've noticed the people, and well, some of the videos I watch on YouTube, I cringe, but like if I go to somewhere where there's a speaker, some speakers I know charge big bucks to be able to listen to them. And, you know, like, there was a, you know, is a filler word too. They have lots of ums. Or, well, there's two filler words. And I cringe when I hear lots of them just because they're totally not necessary. And we all do it. but we can all work on not doing it. And since I talked about Toastmasters, if you do a lot of speaking, either in person or on video, it's a good organization to belong to because, for one thing, it's inexpensive to belong to it. It's only $45 every 6 months, and you learn so much. It is the best self-help organization that I know of. So, there was another one. Find a club near you. Try it out. I think you'll like it. And you meet lifelong friends, too, that you didn't otherwise know. I know, YouTubing, you meet friends also. Just like Toastmasters, church, YouTubing, any other organization you belong to, you make lifelong friends, and that's a really good thing. I know a lot of you are master gardeners. I looked into it, but it was kind of expensive. It was like $100 or something like that for just a few classes, and then you have to spend time volunteering. And that's a good thing if you've got time to do it. But I'm also an officer in my Oregon Hunter Education Instructors Association, and that takes a bit of time also. I have 3 newsletters that I had finished by October 1st. One for the Eagles. I do a newsletter every month for the Eagles. Local area number 28, Eagles in Pendleton, Oregon. And then I do a quarterly newsletter for my Oregon Hunter Education Instructors Association. So this one was due October 1st. And I do a monthly for my district Toastmasters organization. I'm not officially a district officer. I'm just their webmaster and their newsletter editor, which means I do it as a volunteer, and I don't particularly get any credit for it, which is fine. So I'm busy volunteering already. I don't need to add. Oh, you have to know when to say no. That's one of the reasons I didn't do the Master Gardener thing, because I'm a lifelong learner, and I already go and search out things I want to know about gardening. And I know I would probably learn a few new things at a Master Gardener class, but tell me what it is they're going to teach. I'll find out the information. Sometimes I don't mean to be arrogant, but there are times when I know more than the professor. And that's just because I love learning. And it's not that I want to be arrogant and know more than someone else. It just happens because I like to learn. And I like to know that there's many different methods of doing things. Anyway, there was that filler word again. I just don't have time to do one more volunteer thing. So that's one reason why I didn't do the Master Gardener. And I know there's value in it for some people, for a lot of people actually, but I just was not wanting to put in that extra effort because I already put in a lot of effort to learn things about gardening. Well, I better shush up and let you get on with whatever you're going to do after you watch my video. Be sure to like, comment, and if you haven't subscribed yet, subscribe. I noticed my subscription, I was like only 3 or 4 away from 200, and now I'm like 9 away from 200. I don't know why people unsubscribe, but they do. So it's what it is. It is what it is. It would be nice. You don't make any money doing YouTube until you get over 1,000 subscribers. I've got a little over 800 more to go. I don't know if that will ever happen, but you never know. I could be surprised, and that would be great. I'm retired, so I'm on fixed income, as it were. I have my pension from teaching and my Social Security. I have a few little odd jobs with web pages the majority of what I do there is either volunteer or very low. I mean, I don't charge much. It's just enough to keep me out of trouble. And that's mainly all. People keep asking me if I want to substitute teach. Well, yeah, it would be fun once in a while, but nah. When I retired from teaching, I'm done teaching. So there was another filler word. So see, I'm teaching you what my filler words are so that you can hear them in other people and in yourself. Filler words like and, so, but anyway, you know, all of those things that we add to our conversation. I'm going to go ahead and close this video, and I will see you on the next one. Until then, may the good Lord richly bless you